So what kind of initially inspired you guys to get on this film, to do this project?
For me, Michael called me, and then I really loved the story, but it was a complicated story, because it seems like, I think when you hear it, you're like, have I seen that before? Have I seen a version of that? Is it 51st States? Is it like, what is it? And then yeah, I was really sort of interested to see who was going to play her, and then I knew Michael was going to kill it because I loved Grey Gardens, and then when she signed on, I was just like, all right, I feel like that is a person that I would like to explore this world with, this relationship.
It's such a beautiful, like, inspiring story, like the actual couple. Did you guys ever meet them or read the story or anything like that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we did meet them, and they are absolutely extraordinary.
Yeah.
They're better than we are as characters.
I think a lot better.
They really stuck it out and have incredible faith in God, and I think that helped them through it a lot. They're amazing people still together, and I think they'd only been married for like 2 months.
Wow.
When they had this accident,
That's crazy.
and now they have 2 children and a whole life, and it's really extraordinary.
That's so great.
I thought getting food poisoning on my honeymoon was bad, but that's like
Yeah,
that's like the worst of all.
taking it to a whole new level. Yeah.
Now, your character kind of changes her whole, like, lifestyle and stuff like that. Do you ever, like, look back on your past and be like, well, what if I went in a totally different direction?
Yeah, it's sort of mind-boggling to think about that. I mean, because I sort of wasn't going to go to, I wound up going to theater school, but I wasn't going to, and I sort of looked at acting as a hobby and something I just really loved doing, and I didn't think I could make a life out of it. So, yeah, that was it was a big shift in my world, which I'm very grateful for. Mm-hmm.
What about you?
I kind of played football my entire life, and then all of a sudden one day I was done, and then I was like, what do I do now? And I wonder if certain things would have happened that I would have kept playing. I wonder if I would have, really reinvented sort of myself, in the same way, because I really did, like, I was lost for a little while. Like, I was like, I identified with sports for so long, and then it just wasn't there anymore. I was like, what do I do now? I was like, why am I working out?
But you guys have become so successful in your field. Like, who do you attribute to your success, or what?
Oh man, there's so many people.
Yeah, that's a long list. Yeah.
I'd say my family. I'd say my family has to probably be. I mean, they've supported me through the whole lot of thin, and now I'm sort of getting into the thick. So it's nice. It feels good to have come out on the other side a little bit.
I think. Well,
oh no, same family and teachers. Teachers had a big influence on me as well.
My acting coach as well.
Yeah. It's a tough business to be in if there's no one kind of rooting for you and cheering you on. There's a fair amount of rejection, and so I'm amazed by I went to school with people who, like, my parents do not accept this. They're not helping me financially. They're not speaking to me, and I was like, how do you keep that dream alive?
How do you have the fortitude to stay with that? Like,
incredible.
that's intense.
Now, this is a lot about what this movie is about, like uniting a family. What kind of, like, other morals do you think people can get from the film?
Just faith, I mean, I think the actual couple that this truly happened to, I think they had an immense amount of faith. Theirs was sort of, religiously based. But I think, Leo and ultimately Paige, they sort of just had a lot of faith, and Paige had to go away to sort of find hers again, and then Leo just sort of had to be like, okay, I have to love her enough to let her go.